This woman, who had loved her husband more than her own life, was completely shattered after his death. One night, standing before her husband's grave, she ended her own life. She thought, at least in death, I will finally meet him. But maybe God didn't want her to be fooled anymore. Her soul drifted like the wind, straight to the general's mansion. And where people should have been mourning, there were drums beating, flowers raining, and in the center, wearing a red wedding robe, her dead husband was marrying another woman. In that moment, her heart turned to ashes. She realized he never loved her. He only wanted her dowry. And when she died, her family came seeking justice, but that hypocrite husband labeled them traitors, and her entire family was executed in a single night. To erase all evidence, the man cut himself to create fake wounds and burned his entire mansion down. Her soul cried out in agony. She screamed, "If I were alive, I would devour this entire house." But she was just a helpless, wandering spirit. Then, perhaps heaven felt pity. She was given a chance, sent back to the very day, the day she faked her death as his obedient wife. This time, she would play a game she had never imagined before. She quietly reached out and shook hands with the fifth prince, a 24-year-old prince with an army, power, and a claim to the throne. She knew if she stood up today, her family would rise again tomorrow. Within days, an imperial decree arrived. Her husband was granted the title of Marquis after death and 10,000 tals of gold. The entire household went mad with joy. They thought everything now belonged to them. But then, that same woman rejected the title publicly and donated all the gold to the soldiers bleeding at the border. The entire family shook like lightning struck them. The traitorous maid ground her teeth. All her schemes had collapsed. The old madam stormed in angrily, but the woman, crying softly, said, "This gold will help the soldiers on the border, and this is what my husband wanted." Hearing this, the madam's face turned pale, because she knew the truth. Her son was pretending to be dead. The whole family had been hiding this truth from her. That night, the woman returned to her room and told her loyal maid, "Send everything to my family. Land, shops, wealth, everything." She swore, "This time, my family will survive and they will have justice." Meanwhile, her vile husband was meeting his mistress in the valley. He planned that once the funeral ended, he would force her wife to die for real so he could make his mistress the new lady of the house. He didn't know his real downfall had already begun. The day of the funeral arrived. The evil maids cried and pushed her to take her own life, but the woman was no longer innocent. Slowly, she began to hallucinate, as if it were her wedding night again, her husband walking towards her lovingly. She understood instantly something was mixed in the candles. She pricked herself and broke the illusion. Then she pretended to be alone until the maids secretly came to spy on her. As soon as they left, she grabbed the poisoned candle and extinguished the aged lamp meant for her husband. And as the flame died, a voice echoed behind her. "Prince Jin is present." He smiled and said, "I have come to be your shield." She bowed and whispered, "Thank you, Your Highness." To know what happens next, don't forget to like the video.